Dude, oh my god, World War III, oh my god, dude, World War II, did you see it? It was World War III, like, literally World War III, guys. Dude, I'm gonna get drafted. I'm so scared right now. I'm gonna get drafted. World War III has, like, officially started, bro. Like, bro. I'm literally Gen Z. And I'm so, like, literally World War III, dude. I'm gonna get drafted, bro. It's like, dude, I'm like literally a Zoomer, and I'm freaking out. Like, my anxiety and ADHD, like, can't handle all of this, bro. Like, I'm like literally such a Zoomer. I'm such a Zoomer, dude. And I'm so scared right now. Like, dude, no generation in human history has it as hard as me, bro. Like, my life is so hard. I need this to get me through the video. Fuck my ass and bust my bunkers. We're going to war, baby, for the MIC, I mean Netanyahu. Hey! Build the bomber jet and strike the Iranian military base with the bunker buster missiles and save democracy in Israel and Netanyahu's quickly falling approval rating. Forever war, baby! Iranian military base sold separately. Only you, yes you, can stop Iran from building their totally real, definite nukes. They're definitely building nukes, despite all intelligence saying otherwise. But Donald Trump, President God King, dear leader Donald Trump, has seen it himself. He's seen it himself. They're building glow sticks. Radioactive glow sticks. Have you seen this? It's quite disgraceful. Nuclear glow sticks, and they're throwing them at each other. Quite disgraceful. And then soon they're going to be throwing them at Israel, and that's not going to happen. Not on my watch. That can't happen. Throwing them at Israel can't happen. They're good people. Good people there. Met with Netanyahu the other day. Saw his tail. Good people. Very good people. Very classy guy. Very classy guy. Drinks red wine every day, except for it's not red wine. It's actually baby's blood. I didn't really get it, but must have been a cultural thing. Don't understand it, but can't be disrespectful. Very good people. Anyway, enough of the bit. Now that I got your attention by acting like the clown that I am. If you're not from the United States, I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry for not only my disappointment of a generation, but my disappointment of fucking country itself. If you're not from the United States, we are a country of very, very scared people. Land of the free because of the afraid. And we're terrified of everything. We are terrified of grass. We're terrified of sunlight. We're especially terrified of women, human interaction, black immigrants, brown people, taxes, human contact, having friends, having family, just dark things in general. If it's darker than a certain pitch, you just shoot it. Anywhere part of the world, we are extremely insecure. We're extremely scared of absolutely everything and extremely self-centered. So we have to make it about ourselves. Everything is about us and our own baked-in fear of existence itself, because that's what we're conditioned. Almost a whole century of propaganda has made us terrified of shadows. Holy fuck, is that my shadow? Almost 100 years of propaganda has made us absolutely terrified of everyone and everything, and the end of the world in World War III is going to happen approximately within the next decade. It's always within the next decade. For almost 100 years, it's always within the next decade. The world's going to end. We're all going to die. And the communists and the Soviets are still a very real threat, and they're inside your walls. And while Joseph McCarthy might be dead, he still lives on. A bit of him still lives on in every American's heart. You know, it's just irritating when I try to live my life, and then I open up the internet, and it's nothing but draft this, World War III that. Look, guys, I'm such a Zoomer. And this is all over the internet, is people saying, like, literally and officially, we're in World War III. First of all, officially, we're not in anything. We officially haven't been in shit for generations. I think World War II was the last time we were officially in a war. Vietnam wasn't even official. Second of all, please, shut the fuck up about getting drafted. You are not going to get drafted, especially most of the people making these TikToks and these memes. You are not going to get drafted, I assure you. Most of them I see making memes about it on like TikTok, or at least the ones that get the highest amount of views, because I guess it is TikTok and certain people get boosted to the tops, are women and gay dudes. I'm going to be honest, they're women and gay dudes. How do I know they're gay? I can smell it on them. Because I can smell the AIDS on you like I'm RFK, baby. You can't hide from me. I know your secret. I don't know. It's just all the memes and the TikToks and the stuff that I see are the most obnoxious, annoying looking people in their fancy condos that their bourgeois ass parents pay for. And it's like, look, man, I'm not defending the war. I'm not saying that any of this is a good thing. It sure as hell is, yes, it's scary, but really it shouldn't be scary for you. Calm down, close your eyes, count to 10, go get your Starbucks and your hot chip, and work on your fucking essay so you can get your useless degree, so you can get a useless job, and fulfill your dreams of being the useless human being that you are. And here's the thing. I can't tell how much this is satirical, how much this is not. But do calm down. There's not going to be a draft. There's not going to be a draft. Tell me this before you lose your mind and go, no, I'm doomer blackpilled. I'm gonna get drafted. I'm so scared right now. Close your eyes and count to 10 and think about this for a second. How many people were drafted in Afghanistan? How many? How many again? None. Fucking none. There hasn't been a draft for a war since Vietnam. And the thing is there is no fucking way in the world, and I'll eat my words if it does happen, that there is going to be a draft for this shit, and that there's going to be a draft at all. Dude, the fact that there's even, that we're even like kind of starting a war in the first place is so bad for the approval ratings, especially after, with Palantir, the tariffs, the ICE raids, a protest that was almost like 4% of the population went out in protest. Dude, approval rating is already swirling the drain right now, right? And war is one of the most unpopular things you could possibly do, especially if you're drafting, especially if you're going to draft women. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, the Republic, if there actually was a draft, and this actually was a big conflict as big as Vietnam, or even anywhere close, even if it wasn't, right? The Republican Party would never win an election in like 20 years, dude. Do you know how many Tim Pools they would have to clone in order to make up the absolute fucking L they would have to take? Especially because guess who the big scary demographic that turned out to be massively conservative is? Young men. Do you want to know who the first people to go die on the front lines for their dear leader and dear country? It's young men. If anybody should be shitting bricks right now and should be like, oh, I don't like this at all, it's young men. The only reason we're engaging in this at all is because, believe it or not, there are forces in this world far more powerful than the president of the United States. And also, let's be honest, Israel is the 51st state of the US. So, you know, we got to protect our assets. And, you know, I'll bite. The conservative dark money groups, come to me. You pay me $1 million and a spot on Joe Rogan, and I'll say whatever you want. You want to say Iran's the enemy? Baby girl, Iran's the enemy. Watch this one. Iran is the enemy.
Ukraine is the enemy of this country.
That all I gotta do? That's the audition, baby. That's ICT. That's the ICT magic. I'll say whatever you want. But yeah, with all this being said, I don't know. This is all just being overblown, blown out of proportion. Everybody's scared at all times. It's just this is America. We are always in a constant state of fight or flight. And everybody's got to make everything about them. So what can you do? And it's like, oh wow, and the thing that just really bugs me is it's just like, oh wow, there's a conflict in another country that's very serious, and then all these upper middle class people in their fancy condos have to come out of the fucking woodworks and go, oh my god, what's my fit for World War III? I fucking hate this trend. Oh my god, what's my fit for World War III, guys? You wear what dear leader tells you to wear! If you're issued an all-black uniform with a spike on the top of the helmet, then you goddamn wear the spike on the top of the helmet, because we don't like sitting, because sitting is a sign of weakness, and there will be no weakness in this man's army! Do you understand me? As long as they're having fun. As long as they're having fun. It's just people having fun on the internet. Ha 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 ha. I'm anti-fun now. I'm anti-fun. I hate people having fun. I hate Marvel Rivals. I hate the concept of fun. I hate the Oblivion remaster. I hate TikTok. I hate the internet. I hate kids. I think we should kill all of them. I think everyone under the 18, we just cut their heads off with a machete. I hate people enjoying things. God, because I can't enjoy anything. I'm deeply depressed and lonely. Why doesn't anyone love me? Everything I've ever loved has been taken from me because of PDX. I hate you, PDX. And it's like, don't we do this? Don't we do this every single time any conflict happens? Us, especially us, Americans of all people. It's always Americans to jump on first, like Russia versus Ukraine. In Russia versus Ukraine, where there, I could have swore there was World War III posting then, and we did dick all. And same thing with like, dude, anytime China even breathes near Taiwan, oh my God, World War III, guys. It's World War III, guys. I swear to God, it's World War III. Anytime a tree falls down in the Congo, holy shit, are you ready for World War III, dude? Are you ready for World War III? It's just the slightest thing ever happens, it's always fucking annoying. Not just Westerners, Americans specifically, who jump on the train going, World War III. We are really antsy. Or no, we're really afraid of a World War III. Hey, when I was looking around for terms, look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. 6 years ago. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. These are old posts. I was looking around. I want to see if I can find anything. 6 years ago, huh? 6 years ago, huh? Look, it shows you how short people's fucking memories are. I think it's every single year, I think it's every single year. It's a World War III. It's always World War III, baby. And people's memories are so short, we forget we do this. Every fucking year we do this shit, I swear to God. No, but genuinely, mask off, no jokes, and all of that aside. Serious real talk here. I wouldn't be afraid. Especially take it from me. I'm not getting money from dark conservative groups or anything telling you to calm down and whatnot. And I am the perfect age demographic and able-bodied man to go fight on the front lines. If anyone's going to get drafted, it's going to be me. And I've never tasted silver in my mouth before. So trust me on this. I wouldn't be worried in the slightest. If you're Iranian, maybe. People have such a negative outlook on war in general, not only from Vietnam, of course, and even now more than ever, more than Vietnam, I think people have a more negative perception of the government as a whole. And that's how the Republicans won in the first place. They didn't win off being big establishment government, corpo, MIC, keep America strong, kind of nationalism, but they won off Trump feeling different. They won off Trump promising things that weren't necessarily true, but seeming, at least at the very least, anti-establishment, seeming like this big populist leader that is going to destroy the whole machine and take it all down and drain the swamp and all of that. People have a very negative perception on both the right and the left about the government, and it's definitely easy to see, you know. It's definitely for good reason. Because, well, the government's run by corporations and lobbyists. And the whole thing is filled with nothing but a bunch of pedophiles. And if the Epstein list ever does see the light of day, it's a house of cards and the whole government's going down. Because that's the way that the United States is. I'm not joking when I say this. It is a country built on fear. The United States is a country of being unafraid. That's why America is always the first, and American citizens are always the first to shit their pants and get scared anytime a conflict on the other side of the fucking world happens. We're conditioned to be this way. We're conditioned to be this way by our media because, well, for starters, hysteria, paranoia, being scared, that shit gets you good clicks and good views. The media in general, on both the left-wing media and the right-wing media, it's always most beneficial to focus on negative or scary or frightening topics. You know, the woke DEI, they're making your kids gay and trans and shit, right? They always think of the children, right? It's always about keeping you in this constant state of fight or flight, so you're always wired and wanting to come back and go, oh my God, what's happening next? Oh my God. When they can keep you scared and terrified and in a constant state of hysteria and scared of your own shadow and everyone else and magical terrorists and, you know, brown people around every corner with bombs shoved up their ass, you know, you're going to be more willing to, well, give up your rights, give the government more power, vote for shit that fucks you especially, and react and completely respond to every single situation politically, not with this, but with this. And this, they have completely manufactured to be nothing but terror and fear inside of that. Being afraid at all is exactly what they want. And I mean, if you're on the right, your brain probably already looks like that. So you're more susceptible to fear and all that. I get it. I'm going to ignore you. But if you're in the center or on the left, being scared is the last thing you should be doing. It's the fucking last thing you should be doing. And blowing this out of proportion is the last thing you should be doing either. And already you're getting people terrified and fear-mongering that, oh, we might have another 9/11 and there might be terrorist attacks and this, that, and the other, and fear-mongering about brown people. Last thing you should be doing. Don't fucking do that. Please don't do that or I will kill you. The only terrorist you'll have to fear if you start doing that is going to be me, okay? And I'm much more terrifying because I'm not brown. They won't be able to detect me in a crowd. When you start feeding into their bullshit and playing their little game and getting afraid of a World War III and getting drafted and Iran and this and stuff like that and potential terrorists, you're already playing into their game. And you know, if anything happens on college campuses, let's say there's any kind of anti-Israel, free Palestine protest or anything like that. Oh, it's Iranian terrorists. Iranian terrorists. They could just say shit. You know, they could just say shit. Iranian terrorists. This is for pro-Iran. Blah 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 blah. And you know, fear mongering, and this just creates more fear mongering. And the last thing you want to do is give another valid reason for people in the Middle East to hate us, because when they hate us and they get scared, they do shit like this, and then it makes us hate them, and we get scared and we do shit like this and other shit like this. But in the end, the only people really getting fucked is us, the normal working class people who are not in monkey suits, and the people over in the other country getting fucked as well, who aren't calling the shots either. Because at the end of the day, that's the problem with the world. It isn't us versus them. It isn't our great nation versus their weak, puny, backward, savage nation. It's the elite government officials running the shots, these politicians, versus the working class common people of all nations included. And for a lot of people, they just tune out. For a lot of people, they just don't care and they become apathetic. You know, it just breaks them. And they just go, I just don't like the news. It's too stressful. Everything is too stressful. The world is always burning. We're all going to die in 10 years and the whole world's going to crumple up and die. And it's been like that for almost 100 years in the United States. Probably more than that. And a lot of people get drained and apathetic and just submit and go, well, there's nothing I can do. My vote's worthless. I have no power or control over the world. And if you do that, that's a win for the corporations as well. That's a win for the government as well. If they can get you apathetic and not to care and not to give a shit about anything, about anyone, they've won too. Because when you don't care, maybe a ray of sunshine does pop up. Maybe someone who can actually make change. Like, I don't know, maybe... I don't want to get too political here. It's not like I'm talking about politics, but Bernie Sanders or a person like Suran Mamdani in New York City is giving a lot of people hope right now, right? They want you to ignore those people. They want you to just be like, oh, all politicians are the same. They're evil and corrupt. And they won't do anything for me. I should just pack my bags and leave and not look for anybody even worth, because nobody's worth my time. But there are people. There are people who do want to make a difference, who do want to make a change, and they want you to ignore that. Either way, you win. If you're reacting with your heart and you're scared and fearful, they're going to win. And if you're watching the news and you become apathetic and disinterested and turn it off and stop paying attention, they win. It's a win-win no matter what. And if you vote for a Democrat or a Republican, it's a win either way for corporations and the MIC. And a lot of people want to make this a, well, if Kamala won, we wouldn't be on World War III. Still not on World War III. Please shut the fuck up. Also, if Kamala won, I don't think anything would change. If Netanyahu and the military-industrial complex want a forever war, they get a forever war. As I said, powerful forces more powerful than the president of the United States. At the time of the recording, this was right after the Iran was bombed. This was before they called the ceasefire. I still want to post this video anyway because I don't care. Point still stands. The ceasefire in quotations means nothing. We'll see how long that lasts until they start bombing each other and then we get involved. Or they find, you know, some Iranian guy or some guy who's probably not even Iranian and then say this is an Iranian sleeper cell. So we gotta go reinstate the Patriot Act so that we can use Palantir and shit on our civilians. Yeah, I'm sure, because I'm sure they really do miss that Patriot Act right now. So, you know, it is that sort of thing. I don't, the ceasefire shit, I don't believe for a second. Right after the ceasefire, the news, all they want to talk about is possible sleeper cells. Possible sleeper cells. You got to prepare them for the possible sleeper cells, guys. Yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm sure there's tons of sleeper cells all over America. Your neighbor's a sleeper cell, just like how Iran has tons of nuclear facilities that are completely dismantled with one bombing run. Completely, 100% obliterated. Yeah. I believe every single word because my government has never lied to me before.